Most people trying to lower their blood pressure are doing the wrong exercises, and it is keeping their numbers dangerously high. The 5 exercises that actually work have nothing to do with running, treadmills, or intense cardio. Every one of them can be done at home, no equipment required, and the research behind them is more compelling than most people realize. I'm Dr. Mandy Thomas. Today I am walking you through the 5 isometric exercises I recommend to my own patients for blood pressure, all backed by cardiology research, all doable at home, and some of them producing reductions comparable to a first-line blood pressure medication. Let us get into it. Comment, hold, below if you are willing to try at least one of these today. I read everyone. Why this type of exercise works, and why it surprises most people. The common assumption is that exercise lowers blood pressure mainly through weight loss. Weight management does play a role, but it is not the primary mechanism. Exercise works directly on your arteries. Think of a garden hose left outside in winter, stiff, rigid, hard. When water moves through a stiff hose, the pressure inside shoots up. Your arteries work the same way. When they stiffen, the heart works harder to push blood through, and that shows up as elevated blood pressure. The right exercise makes arterial walls more flexible and elastic, allowing blood to move through with far less pressure. The second mechanism is even less well known. Most people with chronically high blood pressure are spending too much time in sympathetic nervous system dominance, the fight-or-flight mode that keeps the gas pedal pressed. The right exercises strengthen the brake pedal, the parasympathetic nervous system, shifting the body toward a calmer, lower pressure resting state. This nervous system shift can begin within 1 week of consistent practice. Now, all 5 exercises I am about to cover are isometric. Isometric means you are holding a sustained muscle contraction without moving through a range of motion, not lifting and lowering, not running, holding still with muscles actively engaged. A major systematic review covering roughly 25 years of clinical trial data found that isometric training consistently outperformed aerobic exercise, traditional strength training, and high-intensity interval training for actually reducing blood pressure numbers. That is a significant finding. Let us get into the 5. Exercise 1. Wall sit. The wall sit is the most well-researched isometric movement for blood pressure specifically. Studies have shown it can drop systolic pressure by an average of around 10 points, roughly equivalent to what you might expect from starting a first-line blood pressure medication. That is a clinically meaningful reduction from a bodyweight exercise in your living room. How to do it? Walk to a wall, place your back flat against it, and slide down until your knees are at a comfortable angle. Feet flat on the floor, thighs roughly parallel to the ground, though go only as far as feels comfortable, especially if you have knee or back issues. Hold for 30 seconds to start, building toward 1 to 3 minutes per round, 3 to 5 rounds, with 30 seconds rest between each. The most important rule: do not hold your breath. Breathe steadily throughout. Holding your breath during isometrics can spike pressure and cause dizziness. As a bonus, wall sits build meaningful strength in your quads, glutes, and core, which supports balance and reduces fall risk as you age. I had a patient in her late 60s who had been managing blood pressure with 2 medications for 3 years. We added a consistent wall sit practice, 3 to 5 sets, 3 times a week, and nothing else changed. 6 weeks later, her systolic had dropped 12 points. Her prescribing doctor was genuinely surprised. She was not. She had felt the difference in her energy and her legs within the first 2 weeks. Exercise 2, squat hold. The squat hold is the wall site's close cousin. No wall for support, which recruits slightly more muscle and adds a different dimension. Stand with feet shoulder-width apart, arms extended forward for balance, and lower into a squat as deep as is comfortable. Heels stay flat on the floor throughout. Keep knees tracking in line with your toes, not caving inward. Hold 30 seconds to start, building to 1 to 3 minutes, 4 to 5 rounds total. If balance is a concern, place a sturdy chair behind you as a safety point. If you are already comfortable with this movement, holding a 5 to 10 pound weight in each hand adds challenge. Like wall sits, squat holds build real-world functional strength. Easier stair climbing, carrying groceries, getting up from chairs or the floor. So far, we have covered two of the most effective lower body isometric exercises for blood pressure. The next one is where most people realize this is about much more than just your legs. Before I show you the final two, including the one most people have never thought to use for blood pressure, if you care about evidence-based heart health after 60, subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week, I break down one strategy that can genuinely move your numbers. And share this today with a senior you care about managing blood pressure. Exercise 3, the plank. Most people think of the plank as a core exercise. It is, but it is also a full-body isometric contraction that multiple studies have shown to lower both systolic and diastolic pressure by 3 to 8 points when practiced consistently. That covers both numbers, which makes the plank especially valuable. Consistent plank work also improves posture and reduces lower back pain risk over time. How to do it? Place forearms on the floor, elbows directly beneath your shoulders. Extend legs behind you and hold your body in a straight line from the back of your head to your heels. Engage your core, squeeze your glutes, and keep breathing. Start with 20 to 30 second holds, building toward 1 to 3 minutes, 4 to 5 sets total. Watch for two common mistakes: hips sagging toward the floor, which strains the lower back, and looking up too aggressively, which stresses the neck. Gaze down at the floor, and always continuous breathing throughout. Exercise 4, standing wall press. And this one lowers both numbers, not just the top one, because it recruits the upper body into the isometric effort. This one targets the upper body, chest, shoulders, and arms, giving those muscle groups a chance to contribute to the blood pressure lowering effect. Stand in a door frame and place both palms flat against the sides. Push outward as if trying to widen the frame. It will not move. That is the point. Isometric tension without movement. Alternatively, stand facing a wall and push both palms steadily into the surface. Hold 30 seconds, building to 4 to 5 sets of 30 seconds to 2 minutes each. Breathe throughout. Contributing more muscle groups to the isometric effort amplifies the overall cardiovascular effect, which is why including an upper body movement alongside the lower body exercises in this list is worth the additional 2 minutes. Exercise 5. Seated leg press hold. And this is the easiest one to do daily, which matters more than most people realize, because frequency compounds the effect. This is particularly useful if standing for extended periods is difficult or if balance is a concern, and it is an excellent entry point for anyone new to exercise. Sit upright in a regular chair with feet flat on the floor. Press your feet firmly into the ground as if trying to push the floor downward. Simultaneously, place your hands palms down on your thighs and press your hands down while pressing your legs upward against your hands. Opposing forces. Legs pushing up, hands pushing down, generating isometric tension through the entire lower body and core with no visible movement. Hold 30 seconds to start, breathing steadily, building to 1 to 2 minutes, 4 to 5 rounds total. This can also be done at a desk or in a chair during the day when you have a few minutes available. Putting it together: 5 exercises: wall sit, squat hold, plank, standing wall press, seated leg press hold. Each has been shown in research to reduce blood pressure. Done consistently together, the cumulative effect on your arteries and nervous system becomes genuinely significant. A starting routine: cycle through all 5 3 to 4 times per week, beginning with shorter holds and building gradually over several weeks. One piece of context worth holding on to: a 5 to 10 point reduction in systolic pressure is associated in the research literature with approximately a 15 to 20% lower risk of stroke. That is not a minor adjustment. That is a potentially life-altering shift, achievable without a prescription, without a gym membership, and without hours of your day. Consistency and the right movements are what produce it. These 5 isometric exercises are your anchors. Layer in whatever other movement you genuinely enjoy, walking, swimming, cycling, gardening, on top of them. The best exercise for blood pressure is ultimately the one you will actually do. I've put together a free 5 exercises blood pressure guide, a 1-page printable I give my clinic patients, with all 5 exercises, the hold times, the number of sets, and the breathing reminders. It has helped many of them lower their numbers within weeks. Print it and keep it somewhere visible. I do not know how long I will keep this available publicly. The link is in the description. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 are you adding to your week first? I read everyone. Every week, I break down one heart health topic that doctors wish more people understood. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with a senior you care about managing blood pressure. These 5 movements could genuinely move their numbers without a single new medication. Next video, the 5 specific foods shown in research to lower blood pressure, including one that works through the same mechanism as a class of prescription medication. I'll see you there. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before starting a new exercise program, especially if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, heart disease, or recent injury.